My name is Esther, and this is my thought for the week. I love a holiday. Who doesn't, right? During lockdown, like everyone else, I was restricted to staycation holidays. Look, I'm not complaining. Lots of people had it much worse. However, to me, a real holiday is hopping on a plane and flying off to a familiar tropical paradise. Somewhere sunny with soft sandy beaches and swaying palm trees. My own little heaven on earth. Now, I'm sure that phrase will produce a different mental image for different people. But for me, having been born and bred there, the island of Barbados will always be my first choice. For those of you who have never been there, I can tell you that Barbados is a small country, only 166 square miles, and it's possible to drive around the whole island in one day, surrounded by the crystal clear waters of the Caribbean Sea. It is divided into 11 parishes. It is blessed with friendly people, a glorious tropical climate, and it's a place to enjoy delicious food and drinks. I could recommend it highly. Well, in November last year, after what seemed like a very long time, I was fortunate enough to take a trip home to my motherland. Whilst enjoying my own little heaven on earth, I found myself reflecting on the real heaven and what it will be like. Okay, I know God created this planet, certain parts of which are breathtaking. However, my mind still boggles when I try to comprehend how marvelous the place is where I will spend eternity. As a child, I read some wonderful children's stories full of larger-than-life characters, magical places, and extraordinary events. I knew the stories were unreal, but that wasn't the point. At such a young age, heaven also felt a bit of a fairy tale. As I grew, heaven became very real and appealing. One day, instead of visiting my tropical paradise, the real heaven will be my permanent home. How wonderful is that? As I enjoyed an early morning walk along the beach, my toes in the sand and the sea gently lapping on the shoreline, it dawned on me that there may not be sea in heaven. Now, you may be surprised to hear that brought a smile to my face. That's just my opinion regarding whether there will be sea or not. But please, do let me know if you know any different. However, those who know me will know that I'm not a strong swimmer, and that in my younger years I was afraid of going in the sea, fearful that a big wave would come and wash me away. One reason for this was that as a child, my grandmother used to tell me how dangerous the sea could be because it didn't have a back door. I am more confident now, but I'm still quietly glad I won't have to brave the waves in heaven. Psalms 23 tells us that God leads us beside the still waters and restores or refreshes our soul. I felt the presence of God walking alongside me, guiding me along the paths for his name's sake. Another verse which speaks to me is Psalms 8 verse 8, which describes the birds in the sea and the fish in the sea, all that swim the paths of the seas. That verse has such great meaning as it speaks about King David, reflecting upon the majesty of God that is displayed throughout his kingdom. My kingdom life started when I was 7 years old at my local church, the Gospel Hall, for it was then I gave my life to the Lord. Did I know all there was to know about heaven and fully understand the consequences of that step? No. What I did know was that there was a God who loves and cherishes me, and to be a child of his was everything to me. As I got older, I learned more about God and his kingdom and his plan for me, and so at the age of 17, I went through the waters of baptism. Of course, even then, I still didn't understand all the ins and outs of being a Christian. But do you know what? That doesn't matter. Being a follower of Jesus is a journey that will continue until the day I go to glory. There's been lots of hurdles along the way, some of which I sailed over and some of which caused me to stumble. However, God has always been there to lift me up, dust me down and help me back on my way. I'm still learning, still making mistakes, but most importantly, I'm still here, serving He who saved me all those years ago. So please don't get discouraged when things don't go right for you or when you mess up. If you believe, God by His grace will find a place for you in heaven. What's heaven like? Nobody can say. But one songwriter says, I can only imagine what it would be like. When I walk by your side, I can only imagine what my eyes would see when your face is before me. I could only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus, or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence, or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I could only imagine. If you are a follower of Jesus, I know I will one day see you in heaven. If you are not sure what the future holds, for you, please get in touch via the All Nations website, details of which will follow, and someone will be pleased to chat with you. Until next time.